Very intense day. Very intense. Well, it's just like how the world is, you know. Don't know if it wants to be hot. Don't know if it wants to be cold. It's one of those days. Now, let's speak on it. I think it's only right we do that. Speak on it. What's up? I ain't seen Leaf in a minute. Hit the like button up. It's like they've been blocking y'all out. Now, here's the thing. LeBron James has always been jealous of Kawhi Leonard, but he's been extremely jealous of Kawhi once he became a member of the Los Angeles Clippers. Remember, Kawhi Leonard has been investigated damn near more than Tupac Shakur. A man that don't even talk is being investigated like a criminal. It's crazy. Before he came to the Clippers, Balmer, they said, oh, he violated the tampering rule. He violated a tampering rule? And the Los Angeles Lakers get the skate for all the tampering that they were doing with Anthony Davis, with every player that they done brought to the team. They didn't tamper with the Cleveland Cavs to bring LeBron James from the Lakers over. They weren't launching a LeBron to LA campaign. All these cities with the billboards up, all those teams weren't tampering. Talking about LeBron come here, LeBron come here. Putting up all these billboards anonymously in these towns. That wasn't tampering. So they said that the Clippers tampered by asking about a medical report about Kawhi Leonard's, you know, the health of his knee and everything when he was with Toronto and wasn't a free agent yet, because they asked for a report about his knee. Was an abrasion of the rule, because they can't ask for the report to see anything until the end of the season or whatever, or free agency. So they said whatever. The Clippers paid a $50,000 fine, but yet it was blasted all over the sports news as if they did something illegal to bring Kawhi to the Clippers, because he was supposed to be a Laker. And Magic Johnson been out telling these lies about how close they was to getting Kawhi. He was never playing with LeBron. That was out. Now, on what was supposed to be the biggest discovery in mankind, LeBron going over there, Kawhi ends up going to the Clippers with Paul George, with Balmer, a man who got 153 billion, with more billions coming in every year. He's never going broke. And they run with these fake stories. Then, once Kawhi is there, right, every time they're having momentum, the Clippers are building, Nike comes out with this lawsuit. Put Kawhi Leonard in court. Starts running Kawhi Leonard crazy. Running him around town. Oh, of course he's gonna do that, because it's him. What else is he gonna do? That's the only thing he knows how to do. So, once again, it's like turning on the juice. Turn that knob up to 12. So Nike sues Kawhi Leonard for his imprint as he leaves Nike and goes to New Balance. His logo, which was his imprint, Nike claims they own it. And they drag it out through court when before they have let other people go, pay for the logo or whatever. And Kawhi says, no, that's my logo. I drew it. And Kawhi had to go to court, show his drawings and everything, and fight. Now, why would Nike want to fight him so bad on that? Drag him out to court. They've let many athletes leave. No problem. Kawhi Leonard, they just let him out his deal. Kyrie Irving, they just let him out the deal. But Kawhi Leonard, they won't take him to court. Why would Nike decide to do that? Most people forget all that happened. I don't. See, that happened because LeBron James wanted it to happen. See, LeBron James thought it was in the best interest of the Los Angeles Lakers. And so does Jenny Buss, trying to put out a storm that's on its way, which is the Clippers. The writing was on the wall for her the moment Balmer bought the Clippers. And she was being all extra nice with Balmer, thinking it was gonna, grant her some favors. Nah, not when y'all go behind his back, tried to block him from getting his own stadium. Now they're not paying you. You're not getting that rent money from us no more. We moved out. Now we finna suck up all your money in the summer, because every big tour that come into town gonna want our facility, because it's modernized. Y'all stadium is outdated, and you don't have the money to get it fixed. You don't have the money for a new stadium. So now what you're gonna do? No, now it's time to pivot. CP3 didn't have to snitch on anybody because Chris Paul had nothing to do with it. There was no snitching on anything because Chris Paul didn't know anything. LeBron is jealous mainly of Kawhi Leonard because of his relationship he has with Steve Balmer and the Los Angeles Clippers. He wants that relationship. He wish he had that with the Lakers. The Lakers just broke. They don't have the money. They tried to do what you wanted it to do. They went and got the players that you wanted. Hell, you had like 4 NBA 75 and y'all didn't even make the play-in. They had you, Carmelo, Russ, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard. That was y'all starting 5. 5. And you couldn't even make the play-in with that roster. Then they created the play-in so that your weak-ass teams can even get in there and compete. And you couldn't even beat them. You still couldn't even make the play-in. You mad because you want a big piggy bank that the owner would just spend anything to make it happen. LeBron is seeing what the Clippers is doing, getting CP3. They got everybody. They got everybody over there. They got Bradley Beal, man. How they get that? How do you get money to do all this? This ain't right. They got a whole loaded team over there. They lose Powell, and they get like 4 all-stars. Man, this ain't right. Now Kawhi gonna have a he could rest. He ain't got to do everything now. And why can't I get that? That's exactly where the mindset is. That's what LeBron is jealous about. So all this little fake lawsuit crap is going to turn out to be nothing. As I told you, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers have not broken a rule. The only person that was fraudulent was that owner. And this does not faze Kawhi Leonard. He does not have a social media platform. He does not care. The NBA is not going to find them guilty of anything because they have not violated anything. Kawhi Leonard had a contract with that company and that guy. Kawhi didn't gain any money. He lost money. The company filed for bankruptcy. So if the company filed for bankruptcy, how are you going to get mad at what an individual player got in a deal that he did? The government did their investigation. And if the NBA wanted to do theirs, why would he have to circumvent the salary cap? Balmer has billions of dollars. If he wanted to just give Kawhi Leonard some money, that's very easy to do. He does not need to circumvent money to pay Kawhi Leonard. Y'all are mad because the Clippers' value is rising and yours will soon be dropping. That's why y'all did this illegal damn trade, which should have been an investigation into how y'all got Luka Doncic for a bag of potato chips. That should have been investigated. When are we going to do the LeBron James Performance enhancing drugs investigation? When is that going to happen? Because there's more than enough smoke there for that fire. But oh, the NBA ain't going to investigate themselves, right? Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Of course they don't want to talk about it. Why would they want to talk about it? That's the guy that they pinned the whole league on. But when all of these Balco investigations, the Randy Mims situation where your strength and conditioning coach and your manager gets busted in a steroid crackdown, they didn't even know it was going to lead back to have any connection to the LeBron James team, and said, oh no, he trains my wife. So your wife's trainer is getting illegal steroids for Randy Mims, who's saying he's working out, he's trying to lose weight, and he's still fat to this day. Dude ain't had a muscle since he was in grammar school. So, the commissioner, Adam Silver, since you want to investigate the Clippers, when we're going to investigate the Luka Doncic trade? Okay, when we're going to do that for a player that's injured, and Anthony Davis, for Luka Doncic? Anthony Davis missed, he played, what, 2 games? And then he was out almost the whole season. Then they had to bring him back. Now in this season, he's going to start the season off fresh. And now you give up a cornerstone player for no reason. And then they reward them with Cooper Flag. So who investigates the NBA when they set up these draft orders? Wembanyama to San Antonio, LeBron to Cleveland, Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. Come on. You think it's a coincidence Magic Johnson went to the Lakers and Larry Bird went to Boston? The Boston Celtics just happened to get Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Larry Bird. They happened to get a big 3. James Worthy was MVP of the national championship game, and he ends up going to the Los Angeles Lakers. You think that was a coincidence? That's criminal. So they've been doing it since the beginning of time. So when crooks decide they finna investigate something, what are you investigating? You gonna investigate yourself? No, they're not. They're never gonna investigate PEDs with LeBron James. Players is getting suspended for 2 weeks, or at least a week, having to miss 5 games if they have a test that says they tested positive for COVID. They gotta sit out. Oh, they gotta sit out 3-4 weeks. Why? Oh, he tested positive for COVID? Yeah, it's 2-3 weeks, man. That's the rules. Gotta sit out at least 7 days. LeBron James tests positive for COVID. He said, man, I ain't got no COVID. I tested myself this morning. I ain't got it. Something wrong with your machine. I ain't sick. The NBA got involved. Said, well, hold on. We're going to go get another test. Somebody go to the store, get another test. We got to test LeBron again. It's like, no, LeBron got to be out a week. See, it wasn't even about that game. It was about them other games that LeBron was going to be missing. Oh, they couldn't have that. LeBron missing games? Oh, we can't have that. No sirree. LeBron can't miss no game now. Not for a week. We got a national televised game coming up. Oh, it was a fake positive. LeBron, he don't have COVID. LeBron James is the most spectacular person on earth to be immune from COVID when everybody else wasn't. And then New York City had the stupidest law in the world. Headquarters of the NBA is in New York. And to put off a political move, they sat there and said, well, it's New York's law. If New York says everybody got to be vaccinated, then everybody has to be vaccinated. Kyrie was like, y'all ain't just gonna inject me with anything that we don't know about. I'm not finna be a guinea pig for y'all. This is my life we talking about here. Forget the money. And because he was very liberated about it, they made him public enemy #1, saying he's a risk. Meanwhile, how is that safe when other people who choose not to be vaccinated playing in the same game in New York? They're on the other team, but they still playing in New York. So they're not vaccinated. They risk everybody getting sick. So what does it mean? What does it matter? Right? They are not restricted to play. It was all political, all stupid. And what do you know? The people that's behind that are now in hot water. All being investigated, being found and arrested, found guilty of corruption. What a surprise. It's New York. Yep. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. LeBron James manager Rich Paul, talking about tampering rules, was being sued by the guy who was originally negotiating the deals for Clutch Sports and getting contracts signed. And there were a lot of tampering deals done in those processes, where Rich Paul went, broke all kind of rules of the NBA, going to communicate and talk to people to find out what's going on for their free agency. But that's not LeBron's fault, because Rich Paul is an agent. He don't work for LeBron. LeBron is just a client. So Rich Paul can go do that. So Rich Paul don't recruit for LeBron James? Bullshit. Now, when I hear this investigating Kawhi Leonard, and Stephen A don't talk because Kawhi ain't gonna give him no gas. He's just gonna let him talk and burn himself out, because Kawhi's never gonna respond to him, all because he can't get an interview with Kawhi Leonard. That's what this whole thing is about. He wanted to interview Kawhi Leonard in like 2014, and Kawhi was like, nah. He been salty for over 11 years with Kawhi Leonard. Because Kawhi don't want to talk to him. See, that's the best medicine you could ever do for a hater. But Kawhi don't talk to anybody. He didn't make it specially against him, but Stephen A feel like he's somebody Kawhi Leonard would want to talk to. Why? What makes you special? And Kawhi, his whole approach is hilarious, because everybody that talked to Kawhi that he speak to is his teammates. And it's funny because he only talked to him on the basketball court and stuff. In the organization, they be telling Kawhi like he got to do something, like, Kawhi, we got the beat writer for the Clippers. They want to see you sit down, at least give them 5 minutes. Why, coach? we gotta run sets, and then I gotta go right to icing my knees. I don't want to break that. They want to sit there and be cold like me. I'm saying, coach, how's that helping the team? How we gonna get better if we cutting practice short just to do an interview? How does that help us, coach? Kawhi don't tell nobody they shouldn't be in the game. He just want everybody else to figure out what is the obvious. I mean, coach, when it came to Russ and James Harden being the starter, coach, I mean, they both good, but who we need on the floor more to start the game? Somebody, James can shoot, coach. He can shoot. He gonna be at the top of the key. But the guy he guarding, he ain't gonna blow by nobody. He just wanna shoot. So nobody really driving no more like that to the basket. So I mean, if all they gonna do is shoot, I mean, why not have a guy on the floor that can shoot, coach? That's who should be starting. They should shoot for it. He ain't gonna say put James Harden over Russ. He's just gonna be like, coach, I'm just saying, he's a better shooter. We need, better shooters on the floor to be starting. So I'm just saying. I know you talking about defense, but a lot of these guys ain't driving no more. They all shooting. So yeah, they had to get rid of one of the guys. Coach. I mean, I know you want to play him and stuff, but he ain't got no straps, coach. If you ain't got no straps, how you gonna be on the floor? Yeah, he can score, but he ain't got no straps, coach. He ain't got no straps. How we gonna have him on the floor, coach? The board man gets paid. Oh, they made Kawhi laugh in practice. No, Kobe was with Kawhi and he was telling Kawhi how to get to a spot on the floor. And he was like, he told Kawhi, you gotta take notes on everybody that you play. He was like, I don't care if they the star players. He's like, these players that just come off the bench that you don't know, man, don't even worry about them. They only getting 4-5 shots a game. He was like, look, LeBron, he's scary. He's scary. He ain't gonna shoot more than 16 times in a game. He ain't gonna take more than 16 shots because he's scared. He don't even want the moment. He told Kawhi, we was in an all-star game. He wouldn't even pull up in an all-star game to win the game. He'd rather not take the shot and lose than to take the shot and might miss, because he don't want that on his record. He's like, I asked him, I'm like, why didn't you shoot that? He was, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't finna miss shooting on you in an all-star game. He already in his mind, he gonna miss. He never thought I could make it. So he's like, I was like, man, you gotta get rid of that. You gotta get that out your mindset. He's like, I never had that in my mindset. He's like, man, I'll be crushed if I didn't get that shot off. He was like, one time Jeremy Lin gave me the ball with like 2 seconds. And I looked up and I had to just chuck it up, man. He was like, man, it took me, I ain't sleep for 3 days. He was like, I was cursing Jeremy Lin out in my dreams. Nah, but he was just telling him, like, Kobe don't care about it. He was like, LeBron was like, man, when I win a chip, when we win the chip, I'm going to bring you a ring. You going to get a ring. He was like, I don't even want that. That's y'all thing. I'm done. Like, that's what he told him. Like, yeah, I'm going to bring a ring to Kobe. I'm going to bring Kobe a ring. When we win it, I'm going to get Kobe a ring. Like, I'm going to get you one. He was like, that's your thing. That's you and the Lakers. Y'all thing. I don't want no parts. And that's when they was talking that Kobe was coming back, right? Trying to get Kobe to come back to save LeBron and the Lakers. Like LeBron said, oh, there's a good chance Kobe might come back. Vanessa Bryant came and shut that down. No, my husband's not coming back. Stop. It's LeBron's mess to fix. Stop trying to get Kobe to come back. He ain't coming back. Getting all the fans riled up. Yeah, that's the LeBron media team. Just like this. Okay, out of all the people that do reports, right? Who is this Pialo guy? He just come out of the woodwork with this. He just decided he gonna look into the company. This Pialo guy. He just all of a sudden make up his mind and decided, hey, I want to look into the Los Angeles Clippers and see what I find. Let me go digging. Who is he? He's a low rent guy, which means he's for sale. Somebody told you to go digging over there. And why? Because Jenny Buss had to sell the team. And she trying to get anything she can on Balmer and the Clippers. Now what you gonna do is piss Balmer off. Paulo Torre. It's Paulo. Doom, 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 Torre. Da, da, da. Paulo Torre? What low rent guy is this? Where's Shams? Did Shams break this? No. Anybody else break this? No. Nobody that's connected to the National Basketball Association broke this but Pablo Torre. He got all the answers. Of course he was paid to do it. You know this is a Clutch sports organization. We gonna investigate him. You gonna see it got Rich Paul and Clutch Sports all over. Man, nobody care about this shit. Let me tell you, the worst thing these people ever did was lie to y'all. Cause I feel bad, cause they've been lying. I mean, lying to y'all. The Lion King. All they do is come up with more excuses to lie to you. It was like, man, I need a new reason to lie to these people, man. They was like, you run out of excuses? Yeah. I need a new reason, man. We gotta turn this narrative around. So if the Clippers win, they cheated. Because Kawhi Leonard, they did that to circumvent his contract. Why would they have to circumvent Kawhi Leonard's contract and give him $28 million? Where in the contract does that make sense that they needed to do that? It doesn't state anywhere that that needed to be done. Nowhere in mankind that a man who has 153 billion, let me, by himself, and Jenny Buss with a net worth of like 250 million. Balmer's net worth is like 153 billion. I told you, Jenny Buss was out here. The owner of the Los Angeles Lakers was out here signing autographs, taking pictures. I'm like, why is Jenny Buss here? She the damn owner. You the owner of the Lakers. Because she really wasn't. She's just there as a name piece. That's why they was like, she'll remain the governor. Like, she'll be the face. But don't expect her to, and her organizational team to be making decisions. Billionaires don't buy teams and let everybody else just make the decisions. They just want to own it. No. They buy to win. They buy to improve. Signing Luka Doncic and making him the future of that team was priority number one for them. LeBron, not their priority. They buy you out and say bye. They did it in Washington. They did it with the Dodgers. They said, hey, you got a big contract. Good. Here's your money. Goodbye. Here's your money. Goodbye. Here's your money. Goodbye. And you know what happened? They turned that around and won. So now, after this year, this is Bronny's last year. So this should be LeBron's last season in the NBA. This should be his last playing year in the league. This year. Especially if they don't win it. Because do you want to be getting embarrassed with a league minimum? Because that's all they're going to ask you in charge of you for. Get out of here, you crazy beetle. No, LeBron don't get love in the city like Kawhi. In LA, they really love Kawhi Leonard. I'm serious. They love Kawhi Leonard. LeBron ain't from LA no matter how much he pretend to be. He just ain't LA. Kawhi had that commercial pissed him off too. When they had the crown on the keys, when Kawhi just drove the car, King of LA. And they've been whooping the Lakers' ass. So, that's that. And we ain't gonna even talk about the corruption that ended up being the bubble championship. It was the hardest championship to win. Yeah, for anybody else. This thing was put together for the Lakers to win it. That was it. Who did they play? Miami. The only other team that wasn't affected by the shutdown, because Miami decided that they were going to open up and stay open when everyone else was shut down. Let's talk about the Lakers being fined for letting Jenny Buss and the Lakers were fined for being busted, having the Lakers practice when everything is on lockdown. And they knew they were doing it illegally. It wasn't even at their practice facility. It was at another facility. This other friend of the Lakers who has a whole replica of the Lakers floor in his house. He owns Lakers season tickets. So the Lakers was meeting at his house in his backyard, playing full court games, running scrimmages, getting ready for a bubble championship that the world don't even know is happening yet. It ain't even been announced. So here they are practicing, getting in shape when everybody else been sitting around for 4 months. Can't go nowhere. Players all out of shape. They not trained to play. And you talking about it's the hardest championship to win. Half of the people didn't want to be there. It was the hardest championship to win for anybody else that was there trying to win it. Just so you could have that bubble championship, you went and started the season earlier that year, and almost everybody's knee went out with an injury. All your star players going down with injuries. Murray tore his knee up. Everybody else with a short turnaround because you want to try to get the money. We got to keep the money. Got to get the money. And you heard Charles Barkley. You heard Barkley go off. Man, this thing is dumb. Yeah, all the games, you got to look for it. Man, they don't care about the fans no more. You got to go and look for the game. Now it's going to be on NBC. Some of them will, but now it's going to be on Peacock. So now you got to go search for Peacock to go find the game. They just took all the money, and now you're locked in for 11 years. So if the fans don't like it, they don't care. They like F the fans. Well, see, this is what people don't see the fine print. If NBC and Peacock want to end the deal, they can. NBC will be in it for 11 years, not Peacock, even though that's an extension streaming brand of the company. They could sell their portion to somebody else regardless to cover the 11 years, or they could just say, we're going to end this now, buy it out. But NBC is on the hook, not Peacock, which is a brand of NBC. Now, they saw the NFL numbers jump up once they went on Peacock. But see, the NBA doesn't have the same audience as the NFL. The NFL have people that are dedicated to the game. Basketball is so much nonsense that goes along with it. That's why you got a bunch of stupid people going around regurgitating stats and nonsense. 16, 5, and 8. So, what do you mean he suck? You know, it's just, you know, it's hard to even have conversations with some of those people. They just play 2K all day. I'll be killing with them on 2K. They need to start them. So it's hard to win over those guys. Charles Barkley is only going to do this for like 3 years, and he's going to be retired. Chuck is looking old, drained. He's having a hard time just moving. It's like, let Charles go into retirement. I don't know why they just didn't do a podcast show for this show and just call it a day. Well, in society, you have a lot of different people with their opinions. And when people got opinions, boy, they voice it. They don't mind voicing it. No, he is old now. Shoot, everybody's aging. See, I gotta get my steps in. I can't be like Chuck. Everybody be like, Cino, you big. Cino ain't fat. Cino just... Cino ain't skinny. Cino ain't fat. Cino just do his rounds. It might look like that because all you be seeing mostly is my face. I'm like, they don't give out guns like that at the store. That took years and time to build. So I get my steps in so I can get my cardio up. So in case I gotta knock somebody out. So you never know. You never know when that day might be. That day could be today. You never know. So, oh man, come on. Think about it. Be realistic. LeBron James is jealous at he wanted to know what kind of house Kawhi Leonard was getting, and was his house bigger than his. So LeBron was like, oh, Kawhi got a house. Man, that house about bigger than mine. Nah, he got that in his house. I'm getting a whole new house. Now LeBron went and got a bigger house than Kawhi Leonard. Stupid. Real dumb. Nothing wrong with the mansion he just got 7-8 years ago when he first moved there. He ain't been at the house 10 years. Built the house and fixed it up. Now he got another house. Because Kawhi can't have a better house than him. Can't happen. Yep. If you talk about Silly Gilly, he been texting me before he went live. He texted me all the way into that garbage ass show that he started. And as soon as I walk through the door, what's on the screen? The New York Knicks. How they almost won something, but they didn't. They just lost. Yeah, some things that the people do kind of just don't make any sense. Yep, I know. They blame John Starks for Game 7. Forget what he did in Game 6. And he was fouled by Elijah on the last 3. And it wasn't called. You didn't realize this is what the Knicks fans lost me. They blame Starks for Game 7 because they didn't watch Game 6. So this is very key. Knicks fans need to watch this. Because this is this is where y'all season went down. Look at this. Elijah reached out and grabbed him and fouled him. Right there. He fouled John Starks. And they was one shot away. John Starks brought the whole team back. Starks had an amazing fourth quarter. Brought the Knicks back. I mean, Pat, as great as he played, it was Elijah Yeah, Game 7. 0 for 11 for 3, 2 for 18. And that's all they remember. It was Game 7. Where they blamed John Starks. Up 3 games to 2. And that team choked. Had they had Isaiah, they would have won. But I'm glad he didn't go play for the Knicks and win them a championship. Yep. No, I feel that LeBron James is the main culprit behind it all. Well, you know, Shannon Sharp gonna disagree. I don't think they got a rivalry.
Media creation. This is not a rivalry. Bird Magic was a rivalry because they played each other in the '79 final skip. They came out, and what made it so, they went to the two most rival franchises in the NBA skip. And what happened? In order for you to reach your ultimate destination, what do you have to do? Come through me. Wilt Russell was a rivalry. Even though they were in the same conference skip, in order for you to go play for the finals, you got to beat me. And then Wilt went to the Lakers. In order for you to get to your final destination again, guess what? Russell said, you got to beat me, Wilt. This is not a rivalry. There was no rivalry in 2014 skip. This was still the big three. This was Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. Kawhi Leonard was an afterthought.
He wasn't an afterthought.
Skip, he was a skip. That was not a...
Kawhi Leonard was an afterthought in 2014. See what they do to try to minimize what Kawhi was. At that time, they were done. The Spurs were done. Duncan was old. All right. It was Kawhi's team. Period. For those next 2 years, it was Kawhi. That's why he was MVP of the finals. Yeah, and you see Shannon Sharp scared to death. Skip, it ain't a rivalry with him and LeBron.
Better defender. He's a better scorer. He's better at imposing his will on the game.
I agree.
Washington Post, Ben Balmer yesterday, Charles Barkley picked a side in the Kawhi versus LeBron debate. Let me read you this quote. He said, I don't hesitate at this point. Kawhi is a better player than LeBron. He does everything better. He's a better defender. He's a better scorer. He's better at imposing his will on the game.
I agree. And I'm with you on this. Like, this dude basically came to LA and said, this is mine. He has this New Balance commercial where he's driving. I don't know if you noticed it. When he turns the key, there's a crown hanging from, a king's crown hanging from the keychain.
To that detail.
Yeah, and
He's mocking him.
he's got billboards all over the town. I would have been pissed off if I was the king.
He does everything better than LeBron. Let's pass. That's not close.
He's from California.
Here's the hard.
But he's trolling them, and he's playing better.
Here's the part of.
He's trolling him, but he's still playing better than him. So now they brought in this magnet ball, though. So the magnet ball mars everybody's game.
Hey,
Oh yeah, they got all these people overreacting to it.
Two of these guys, who do you think has the stronger case for league MVP?
If you guys didn't work in sports and you walked outside and you say, hey, name me 3 players that play for the San Antonio Spurs, people probably wouldn't be able to do it. They would probably say Tony Parker, Ginobili. I would say Kawhi Leonard wins this argument because people forget he got a chance to not only win his 3rd straight Defensive Player of the Year, but the guy averages 27 points, okay? He's been a terrific performer all year, and while LeBron James has been getting triple doubles lately, the points, rebounds, and assists have been phenomenal. LeBron James has almost been like Magic Johnson-esque the way I've seen him make some passes. The Cavs are like Noah's Ark. Like, they have two of everything. They have LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love. You got shooters. You got bigs up front. So I would say I give that nod to Kawhi Leonard. But regardless to whether KD returns 100% or not, the Cleveland Cavaliers are my clear-cut favorite to win it all this year.
No. That's what I'm saying. Everybody know Kawhi. Oh, this is hilarious. When they had the AI Kawhi.
Russell Westbrook for missing another wide open layup and helping out his former team. And Nikola Jokic turned into Nicole Jokic. Once again, he choked harder than did he choke LeBron James. Speaking of LeBron, I saw the Fakers got sent to Cancun last night by Ant-Man. They went from Lakers in 5 to Lakers in 5 guys eating burgers. I know Burger Doncic is enjoying himself right now. Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Superman. Lakers in 5 guys is the new slogan. But LeBron needs to retire because he looked like prime Anthony Bennett last night. I never thought I could outlast Diddy James with my busted up knees, but it looks like it's gonna happen. My comeback will be studied for generations. Now, I gotta go plug myself because my battery about to die. I need to be fully charged up to cook that fat ass Chokish in Game 7.
Oh, that's classic. Yeah, they asked Kawhi about him arguing with James Harden.
I feel like there was a moment in the third quarter where you and James kind of had to get on the same page defensively. What's it like when you and whether it's disagreement or just need to get on the same page in the moment? Like what's that like? What's that been like developing that moment?
It's neat. We had exchanges. That's not the only exchange that we had in today's game or throughout the whole year. So it's about what we're doing and what we're not executing. And we had words for each other there. And it's playing basketball. It's chemistry. It's knowing that your brother got your back.
You play with a lot of stars. Is he unique in that way where it feels like you guys can't?
You start messing up, that's it. You're gonna be a part of there.
We won some games.
Yeah, LeBron showing him fake love.
In one of the most electric.
Look at that. Right, Balmer, like, let's go. 28 million. You bothering me about a measly $28 million? I need to circumvent 28 million because what? We can't afford to pay Kawhi Leonard? What? That's like that. Well, the Lakers had to circumvent some money because they don't know how they gonna play Luka Doncic. What? Really? Is that what we doing? Look how you D'ing your ass up. Look, he needs no help. No help. Look at that. No help. Balmer ain't got no moves. Yep. Look at him locked up. I'm gonna go alley-oop. Nope. There you go. Come on. Come on, Balmer. Look at him. He's pinning, got LeBron down pinned. And they calling these calls on Kawhi. Look at Kawhi. Come on. Ain't got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. The claw. Bum. Got no moves. Come on. Here I come. Yeah. Come on, Kawhi. Oh, man. Try to do running hooks. Can't no answer for Kawhi. He destroyed you and Wade. Wade goddamn painting his damn fingernails. He had all that lip gloss on in the NBA Finals. I could see my damn reflection in his lips. I was like, damn, Wade. You got on a whole damn tube of goddamn chapstick. That would last you about 6 months. Of course Kawhi Leonard is better than him. Kawhi is one of the best players to ever suit up. Well, Bron's a stick dribbler. He knew from when Kawhi in 2013 when he went up against him in the finals, and Kawhi locked his ass down. Look at him. Oh no. See that claw. Look, I know where he want to go. Block him. Ten toes down. Look at that. The claw. Look at that intensity. Look at him. I don't know how to dribble. Look at him. Stick dribbling. Look, losing the ball already. See that massive claw. See that massive hand come out. The claw. See that big claw coming. Now this bum trying to come in here and change the narratives. They're gonna investigate Balmer. Balmer gonna put an investigation on your ass on Clutch Sports. Okay, you're a Knicks fan. I can see why you said something as crazy as that. No, that don't make any sense. Kevin Durant knows that that guy is serious. Like Kawhi in Toronto in the finals, LeBron could never do that. He was with him half a season. Peace. He ran the play wrong. He supposed to go right there. Pop was pissed. See, Kawhi had to learn, man. When he came in, he runs play wrong, you get cussed out. That's it. He knew. That was it. Kawhi laugh got 11 million views.
And what would you like people to know about you?
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, there's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
He's right.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna update the Patreon real quick, and then I'm going to get you guys ready for. I'm gonna do my prediction for the game, Cowboys and Eagles. So that's getting ready to come up. We're gonna keep this day about sports, and we up out. Peace. And F LeBron. Shouts out Kwame Brown, Buzz Live. And I'm out.